Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be one of those videos where I just continuously get questions asked about the subject, and therefore it's just much easier to make a video because yeah, virtually every stream for the last several days I get asked this, and so let's talk about it. We're going to be talking about Shocker and my thoughts on it. And well, let me break it down very simply. Some girls like it, some girls don't. Only way to find out which girl you have, go ahead and try. Kidding, I'm kidding. Right, let's move on. Shocker. So the controversy here is because of his deep dive. We can see that in the deep dive, he hits 550,000 on a heavy attack. And then later on, all of the CCP videos came out, and he didn't seem to be doing that much of a damage. And that's because in the deep dive version, he's different than he is in the CCP videos, and than he is available to you in early access bundles, which again I will be skipping, just FYI. I'm still extremely reserved giving Kabam any money, so yeah, there's gonna be no Shocker showcase on my channel until I maybe get a 4-star and try him out, but probably not. I'll get to it eventually, but I don't want to spend $50 to get a 5-star and give Kabam $50 basically. So, anyways, the point is, Shocker in the deep dive video is doing significantly more damage, and that is because he was interacting with attack modifiers. That is boost, that is masteries, that is basically everything else, synergies, you name it. And as a result, he was dishing out much higher damage. For comparison, I believe the highest damage we have seen from a CCP gameplay showcase, where we have a rank 4 SIG 200 Shocker with boost, with recoil on, everything else, and he's still, after a max ramp up of a level 3 and getting 150 charges, did 339,000. So that's more than 200,000 less, or about 60% of the damage that we saw him be capable of doing in that CCP video. Now, Kabam obviously insists that it is not a nerf, it is a bug fix, because he was never intended to interact with any attack modifiers, and that his heavy attack damage is meant to work like Galen does, where again, it doesn't matter if you have recoil, it doesn't matter on any of that other stuff, where that is just the set damage. But be that a bug and a bug getting fixed, or be that a nerf, the end result is the same. What you saw in Kabam's deep dive is wrong. Flat out wrong, it's inaccurate, it should not be live on YouTube right now, which is a thing that kind of like upsets most people, I would say, myself included, because this video already has like 38,000 views, and a significant portion of the people will decide whether to pursue this character and rank him up or use him and stuff like that based on this video, or at the very least this video will serve as a very, significant part of initial impression and people's opinions of the champion. And in this video he looks significantly better than he does in CCP videos, and then he will actually be in the game available too. So if Kabam had any kind of like self-reflection and decency, at the very least they would put a massive notification on the video screen saying that this version of Shocker was bugged according to them, or just re-upload the video with correct gameplay or something like that. But obviously it's Kabam that we're talking about, and I don't think they will do that. I also do think that there is a very, very good case to be made for false advertising, and stuff like that, as far as I'm concerned, shouldn't even be legal, because champion and the damage that they're showcasing on their official videos, well, it's wrong. Significantly better and misleading. That being said, the footage that you have seen CCP players do is in fact correct. So the version of Shocker that CCP players are using is correct, except that one's also bugged. And I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. The CCP gameplay, most people didn't realize, or most CCP people didn't even realize that it's bugged, but Shocker maintains his attack bonus on heavy attack after the heavy, So once you charge up your heavy first time, you can just keep spamming heavy attacks. And like if you charge up 100 charges, drop a 200k heavy attack, then every next heavy attack is going to be 200k, even if you're not charging it or anything. Um, so that's fun. It just yet again speaks volumes to Kabam as a company and their quality control process, and the fact that they much more resemble some sort of garage backdoor company of two frat boys that are renting the space from a wine mom in some sort of suburbia, rather than a serious dignified company. Because if we break it all down effectively, they release false, misleading, and significantly more potent advertisement of this champion on their main channel, and then they do the bug fix without making any public announcement that community is aware of, and then it still turns out to be bugged. But that is the situation with Shocker. Now, ultimately, do I think Shocker is going to be much different champion than he was before? Not really, maybe, because now with the realistic heavy attack numbers being called into play, it will take longer. And ironically, in many cases, at SIG 200, he doesn't work out the best for battlegrounds. I think you want him at like SIG 120 in order to be able to effectively drop a special attack, 2 level 1s, and then, get more charges as you're building up to your level 2. Because otherwise, you would have to throw 3 level 1s to get to max charge, and that is the only way you're going to nuke down the biggest opponents. Obviously, it's still very early. It's far too early to say. I do still think he's going to be a solid champion for battlegrounds and stuff like that. But if anything, he now resembles much more of a Penny Parker type of offensive champion. And Penny's solid in battlegrounds offensively, but let's face it, Penny is nowhere close to the most coveted, desirable battlegrounds offensive champion. And with this bug fix change, Shocker's damage kind of comes much, much more closer in line with Penny. If previously I thought that you would be able to drop like 1 level 1, build up to your level 2, nearly 3, then drop it, effectively just dropping your level 2 and finish off a fight, that would be impressive and that would be very fast. But if you need to start throwing multiples of these level 1s or even 3 level 1s to nuke down a higher healthful opponent, at which point I don't think it's impressive anymore, and I think it's much more in line with an average, decent, good damage dealing champion. It's much more in line with Penny Parker and Guardian in Battlegrounds than he will be with Hitmonkey, in my opinion, or something else that Ghost or something that nukes stuff. So that is the truth, though, and I hope this clears up the situation. It in no way makes Kabam look good. The fact that they advertise a champion that's significantly better than he actually is. The fact that they sold the early access bundles without this becoming widespread public knowledge. And then, ultimately the fact that Shocker's still bugged currently. Kabam, what you can do. It's just who they are. And I know that there will be obviously some, advocates of Kabam always. Kabam has plenty of white knights and so on and so forth, but I really don't see how you can defend this, especially because this video is still live up on YouTube today, and that is not the champion you would be grinding for or buying. And there's no excuse for it. The video should either be taken down or there should be a huge disclaimer. I even checked, the description mentions nothing. There's no pinned comment. There is no indication that what we see here on the screen right now is not accurate representation of what you will be able to acquire in your game. And now, after the early access bundles have come out, obviously, and after the fact that has happened, there are some CCP folks that posted, deep dives are bugged and stuff like that. But it's also very important for people to know that what you saw in CCP gameplay is the actual damage output. That is how much damage he will do. But that definitely calls much more into question overall power and quality of the champion, in my opinion. So, let me know what you guys think about this entire situation. But I do look forward to seeing Kabam White Knights defend this because there is no real defense on it. you know, in the grand scheme of things, it never has stopped Kabam from just ignoring this stuff and moving forward, because community is far too fractured to actually do anything about it. Anyways, yeah, that's it for this one. Let me know, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the